They said it began with a sound, a low, trembling echo that rose from the ground, like the earth itself was groaning in pain. In a remote valley, surrounded by cliffs that swallowed the sunlight, a team of explorers stumbled upon an ancient cavern sealed for centuries. The air inside was heavy, dense, almost alive. Every breath felt borrowed, as if something in the darkness didn't want to share it. One of them whispered, "It's just the wind." But the wind doesn't whisper names. Carved into the stone walls were strange markings, words older than any known language. Some resembled flames, others looked like eyes staring back. And in the center of the chamber, a deep pit, circular, perfect, endless. From it came a heat that burned without fire. The locals had always warned them. They called the place Plutonian, the mouth of the underworld, a sacred place where no bird dared to fly, no animal dared to walk. Even now, the villagers refused to go near it after sunset. Legends said this was where the gods sent lost souls, where the veil between worlds was thinnest, where voices from the abyss could be heard if one dared to listen long enough. As the explorers descended deeper, instruments began to fail. Compasses spinning wildly, cameras glitching, air meters dropping. One of them reported hearing faint chanting, though no one else did. Another swore he felt the ground breathing. They were scientists, skeptics by nature. But that night, something ancient made them believers. When they returned to camp, one man refused to sleep. He sat by the fire, staring into the flames. He said he heard a voice from the pit, not in his ears, but in his mind. A voice that said only one thing: "You found it." And with that, history and mythology began to merge. The world would soon learn that what was once called a legend might never have been a myth at all. Deep below the ruins, beneath the soil of time, something waited. Something that had been whispering for thousands of years, waiting for humanity to listen again. Because what they had discovered wasn't just a cave. It was a doorway, and behind that doorway, the oldest fear known to man still burned, patient and alive. Long before explorers ever set foot near that valley, whispers of a burning gateway had already traveled through time, hidden in the pages of ancient texts. The earliest came from Greek mythology, where priests spoke of a cursed cave dedicated to the god Pluto, ruler of the underworld. It was said that animals led into its depths would die instantly, their souls vanishing in silence. The air, thick with invisible poison, was believed to be the breath of Hades himself. Centuries later, Roman scribes recorded that emperors once visited the same place, not for faith but for fear. They described strange vapors rising from the ground, strong enough to kill but sparing the priests who offered sacrifices within. To the Romans, this was a sacred mystery, a doorway between the realms of life and death. But the echoes didn't stop there. Across continents and scriptures, the same idea appeared again: the gates of hell. In the book of Matthew, Christ's words carried a hidden resonance. The gates of hell shall not prevail. Some theologians later suggested those gates weren't metaphorical at all, that they pointed to a real place on earth, where the forces of darkness once emerged. Even older texts from Mesopotamia spoke of a mouth to the abyss, a gate sealed by divine hands after the fall of rebellious beings. Ancient carvings showed winged figures guarding the entrance, their faces eroded by time but their message eternal. Keep what lies below, below. The strange thing? Every myth, every scripture, every story spoke of a location. Not in heaven, not in imagination, but on earth. And when researchers compared the coordinates of these ancient descriptions, something impossible happened. The lines began to converge on one specific region. It was a place where the ground still trembled with unseen energy, where poisonous gas leaked from cracks in the stone, where the temperature beneath the Earth's surface could melt metal. The same valley the explorers had entered, the same pit once called Plutonian, the same site where ancient priests believed the souls of the damned were consumed. The discovery wasn't coincidence. It was prophecy repeating itself through ages, now rising again in modern times. One scholar called it the map of the invisible, Another said quietly, maybe the ancients weren't describing myth. Maybe they were describing memory. As the evidence grew, so did the unease. Because if scripture, myth, and science were all pointing to the same place, then perhaps humanity had always known where Hell's Gate truly stood, and simply tried to forget. At the heart of modern-day Turkey, where the ruins of Hierapolis still bake under the sun, stands a place the ancients once feared to name aloud. To tourists, it's just another archaeological site. Stone columns, broken temples, the silent beauty of history. But to those who know the legends, it's far more than that. 2,000 years ago, this city was believed to sit on the threshold between worlds. The Greeks called it Plutonian, the gate of Pluto, the god of death. Here, priests would lead animals toward a mysterious cavern, a small opening in the ground that exhaled a deadly mist. The moment the creatures crossed the line, they fell lifeless. Yet the priests walked unharmed. For centuries, no one could explain it. Was it faith? Was it trickery? Or was it something deeper, a pact between man and the unseen? Ancient witnesses described strange lights flickering in the night sky above the cavern. Rumors spread of voices echoing from the pit. Some claimed to hear prayers, others screams. People came from distant lands to offer coins and sacrifices, hoping to gain favor from the gods or forgiveness from the underworld. Hierapolis became a paradox, a place of healing, yet built upon the mouth of death. Hot springs bubbled nearby, said to have miraculous powers. Pilgrims bathed in them, believing the waters carried traces of divine energy escaping from beneath the earth. And through it all, the gate remained, silent, breathing, eternal. When early Christians reached the region, they saw it differently. To them, this was not the home of gods, but the scar of something darker. They called it the mouth of hell. And for the first time, stories from different faiths began to intertwine. Scholars today confirm that the site is real, a cave emitting lethal carbon dioxide, strong enough to kill animals, just as ancient writers described. Even with modern instruments, the readings are terrifying. At night, when the air cools, the gas thickens, crawling across the ground like an invisible fog. But science only explains how, not why. Because what makes this place haunting isn't just the gas, the heat, or the deaths. It's that the ancients felt something here, something beyond measure or logic. Hierapolis was where gods and demons met not in battle, but in balance. A city where life and death touched hands, where men could feel the breath of eternity and tremble before it. And now, thousands of years later, that same gateway still stands, hidden behind fences and warning signs, waiting, as it always has, for those who dare to step too close,